Today we'll start with the lecture 4, chapter 9, differential equation. Here we'll talk about methods of solving first order, first degree differential equation. So in total we'll have 3 methods. So today we'll discuss about the first method. So if I'll talk about method number 1, first method is differential equation with variable separable. That means variable separable method is used to solve such an equation in which variables can be separated completely, that is terms containing y should remain with dy and the terms containing x should remain with dx. So it will be separated in terms of left hand side and right hand side in terms of x and y, and whenever I am writing y it will consider dy also, and whenever I am talking about x it will consider dx also. So let's see. If I'll take one example, that will be easy for you to understand what I want to say. Let's see one example from exercise 9.4. I am directly starting. For each of the differential equation in exercise 1 to 10, find the general solution. What do you mean by general solution? General solution means whenever we'll have the constant terms. And what do you mean by particular solution? Whenever we are giving values to the particular constant, then it will become particular solution. So in question number 1 to 10, they are talking about the general solution. Now how to proceed with the general solution in the differential equation by using integration. Now firstly you need to separate the variables. So this is in terms of x only. So we'll take it dx. So that means dy 1 minus cos x upon 1 plus cos x into dx. So now everything will be separated into in terms of y and terms of x. What you need to do? After separating the terms, you need to integrate both sides. That means integrate both sides. So this is 1 and this is 1 minus cos x, 1 plus cos x. So now this integration is possible, but if I'll talk about this 1 minus cos 1 minus cos 2 theta is what? If I'll talk about 1 minus cos 2 theta is 2 sin square theta. So 2 sin square x by 2 upon 2 cos square x by 2 dx. So 2 and 2 will become cancel out. So basically I am getting dy and this will become tan square x by 2. But if I'll talk about tan square x by 2, here integration is not possible for tan square x by 2, but it can be written as 1 plus tan square theta is secant square theta. So secant square x by 2 minus 1 dx will be your term. Now it's easy for the integration part. It will become y and this will become tan x by 2 upon 1 by 2. That means twice of tan x by 2 minus x plus c. Now if I am adding c here, that both the constant terms are getting the common term as c. So this will be your required general solution by using the method of variable separable. Now come to the next question. In question number 2, what they are saying, dy by dx is given is equivalent to under root 4 minus y square. Now dy and y term I need to take together. So can we write like this? 4 minus y square dx. Now integrate both sides. So integrate both sides means this will become dy upon under root 2 square minus x square dx 1 dx. Now 1 upon under root a square minus x square. So it will become sine inverse y by, this is y by 2 is equivalent to x plus c. So if I'll take 2 here, of course not, we cannot take, this is the whole angle. If I am taking sine inverse to the right hand side, this will become y upon 2 sine of x plus c, and I am getting as final answer is y is equivalent to twice of sine of x plus c. So this is your required general solution which will be having constant term. Okay, now come to the next question for exercise 9.4. If I'll talk about question number 3, in question number 3 they will be giving you dy by dx plus y. If I am not able to convert in terms of y and in terms of x, that means we are not able to apply the method of variable separable. Now, if I'll talk about this, what I need to do, dy taking LCM. After taking LCM, I am getting something like this. Now, dy plus y dx, and this is 1 into dx. Now, dy dx minus y dx. So, dy, if I'll take dx common, I am getting 1 minus y. So, dy upon 1 minus y dx. Now, integrate both sides. Dy upon 1 minus y, that means log of 1 minus y and upon minus 1, and this is x plus c. So what I am getting? I am getting log of, this is minus 1. So if I'll talk about this, do remember whenever I am writing like this, I can leave the question here also, or if you are not supposed to leave the question here, we can apply one more thing. Whenever I am writing log of 1 minus y, so this can be written as, if I am getting something related to log, so I can write constant term as log c also. So after doing this, if I'll take this term here, so what I am getting, minus x log c, because I want to apply the log property. So log m plus log n will become log mn. So c1 minus y. So what I am getting, this will become c into, if I want to apply the log property, then can we write this as c1 minus I e raised to the power minus x. So this is a formula whenever I am putting like this. So e raised to the power minus x. So this will be your final answer. So you can leave the question here also, and sometimes in the books they will be giving you answer like this also, 1 minus y 1 upon c e raised to the power minus x. Then after that e raised to the power, if I will take y here, it will become 1 minus 1 upon c e raised to the power minus x is equivalent to y, and 1 upon c can also be written as some constant term. So can we write this as, we can leave the answer like this also, and sometimes somebody is taking this term as a is also constant term, so it will become 1 plus a e raised to the power minus x, where you need to tell that a is minus 1 upon c, but it's not required. Actually you can leave the answer here only, or you can leave the answer here also. Okay, come to the fourth question. In question number 4, what we need to do, secant square x tan y dx plus secant square y tan x dy is equivalent to 0. Now if I'll talk about this, what we need to do, secant square x tan y dx, and this is minus secant square y. This term I have taken to the right hand side. Now take dy dx. Dx and dy should be in the numerator. So what we need to do, this term and this term will be together, secant square x dx, and this term you need to take to the denominator. And if I'll talk about this, minus secant square y dy upon tan y. So after doing this, what you need to do, integrate both sides. So while doing integration, what you need to do, take this as t tan x, dt will be secant square x. Now integration formula can be anything. Now this is the indefinite integral. Take u as tan y. So du is secant square y dy. So this will become dt upon t minus du upon u. So log t minus log u plus log c. Now log t is log of tan x minus log of tan y plus log c. So I am getting log of tan x and this is log m minus log n. So log m by n, this log will become cancel out. So I am getting tan x c upon tan y. So final answer is tan x tan y, which is equivalent to c. So this is your final journal solution. Now come to the question number 5th. In question number 5th, we'll have e raised to the power x, e raised to the power minus x dy minus e raised to the power x minus e raised to the power minus x dx is equivalent to 0. Now take this term to the right hand side. So I will be getting ex e minus x dy, and this is ex minus e raised to the power minus x dx. Now if I'll talk about dy will remain alone, it will become e raised to the power x, e raised to the power minus x upon e raised to the power x, e raised to the power minus x dx. Integrate both sides. This will become t e raised to the power x, e raised to the power minus x dt will be e raised to the power x minus e raised to the power minus x dx. So this is dy and this is dt upon t. So if I'll talk about the integration will become y, and this is log t plus log c or c y log of value of t is e raised to the power x plus e raised to the power minus x plus c. So this will become your final journal solution. Now come to the question number 6. In question number 6, we'll have dy upon dx 1 plus x square 1 plus y square. So can we write dy upon 1 plus y square, variable separable, 1 plus x square dx, integrate both sides, x square plus a square will become tan inverse y, and this is 1 means x plus x cube by 3 plus c. So this is your final journal solution. Now 7th you can attempt yourself, even 8th is also simple. Now come to the question number 9th. In question number 9, firstly we'll write dy by dx sine inverse x. So dy sine inverse x dx, integrate both sides, but if I'll talk about this integration, it will be like dot 1, this into 1. So first function, second function, we need to proceed with the by parts. So if I want to apply the by parts, what we need to do? This will become y, and if this is y, first function same, integration of second function minus whole of integral, differentiation of first function into integration of second function whole of dx. So what I am getting? Sine inverse x into x, then minus 1 upon 1 minus x square into x dx. So what I am getting? Okay, if I'll talk about this, so finally I am getting y x sine inverse x plus minus x upon under root 1 minus x square dx. Now see, if I want to take t as 1 minus x square, dt is minus 2x dx. So I am getting dt by 2 value for minus x dx. So this term will become dt by 2. So y x sine inverse x, and this will become 1 by 2 dt upon root t. So what I am getting? Y x sine inverse x plus 1 by 2 t raised to the power minus 1 by 2 dt. So y x sine inverse x plus 1 by 2 t minus 1 by 2 plus 1. So this will become root t upon 1 by 2. So into 2 plus c. So this will become cancel out. So I am getting y x sine inverse x plus root t is 1 minus x square. T is what? 1 minus x square plus c. So this will be your final journal solution, which will contain c. So till question number 10 you need to proceed like this.